2 players went over 100 yards rushing, 2 more went over 100 yards receiving, and the defense pitched a shutout in a 46-0 win over Buena Vista last week, the Storm's 3rd win in a row. This week's opponent, the undefeated Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves. We're joined now, as always, by head coach Matt Jeter. Coach, had a great week last week coming off of a 46-0 win over Buena Vista. What did you see out of your guys that you liked? Obviously, a lot of good things last week.
A lot of good things. 46-0. We came out and executed right from the start. We wanted to take the ball and score quick and then come out on defense and stop and then score again. And that's kind of what we did on Saturday, and it turned out to be a great day for us. And we got to play a lot of kids on Saturday and really dominated a team that was leading our conference in a lot of categories statistically up to that point, and I thought we dominated from the start to finish.
On the offensive side of the ball, you mentioned scoring on those first 2 drives, 50-plus yard pass plays on those 2 touchdowns to go ahead 14-0. What did you see out of the BV defense that maybe led to thinking that you could hit those deep shots right off the bat?
Yeah, they play a lot of single coverage, man-to-man, and we feel, with Sam Bartlett and Joe McNally on the edges, that we feel they're premier receivers in our conference and take advantage of those guys. And we was able to get some matchups early and explode their defensive backs a little bit there and score quick, and that's what we did.
You had some very impressive offensive performances on Saturday, kind of a rare occurrence that you had 2 receivers go over 100 yards, and Joe McNally and Sam Bartlett, but then also 2 running backs, and Noah Bruckner and Joe Meyer, they also went over 100 yards, so that had to be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, pretty impressive when you have, those guys have days like that, and you have, 4 guys go over 100 yards, 2 receiver and then 2 running backs, so pretty big day for us. Kind of lets us know, our offensive line really, took it to those guys for 4 quarters, and we were able to do a lot of things like that.
And then defensively, whenever you keep the other team off the scoreboard, obviously makes things a little easier, takes some pressure off of the offense, held BV under 200 yards rushing, under 200 yards total in the game. Is that the most complete game your defense has played yet this year?
Yeah, I think so. Up to this point, I think all phase, we stopped the run. I think they ran for 15 yards or so, and they were averaging 220 yards a game. So for us to do that, and then anytime you keep an opponent under 200 yards and out of the end zone, you're doing some good things, we talk. I think each week we're starting to get better. You look back from week 1 to week 4, we've kind of did a 360 defensively and really shored up some things. Cut some fat off our calls, and guys, let's let the guys go out there and play fast, and we've been able to execute for 60 minutes the last 2 weeks.
Looking ahead to this week's opponent, Nebraska Wesleyan. This has always been traditionally a tight game over the past couple of years. The last 3 meetings decided by a touchdown or less. They've got some momentum coming into this game. They're 3-0 on the year. It's going to be their homecoming. They're coming off a bye week, so you're going to Lincoln. What's the scouting report on the Prairie Wolves?
Yeah, Prairie Wolves, like you said, they're 3-0, off to a great start. We're fired up. I'm glad, looking forward to going to Lincoln and playing them on their homecoming. I think it's only 2 conference teams that are undefeated playing on that Saturday. So we're looking forward to going up there and playing a good Prairie Wolves team there.
When you talk about Nebraska Wesleyan, a large part of their success rests in the passing game, and a guy who's been a mainstay on that offense over the last 3 years is their quarterback, Jonathan Curdy. He's doing it again this year. He's got 14 touchdowns, just 1 interception on the year. He's leading the league in passing. What does your defense have to do to disrupt him?
Yeah, we got to stay in our rush lanes, first and foremost. He's a very poised quarterback. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Like you said, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception. So everything starts and finishes with him. And then we just got to stay in coverage. We got to do a good job. They got some big receivers that go up and get the ball. Got to do a good job of staying in coverage there and making them make some mistakes. So we got a good game plan for it, and we're excited to go up there.
And then offensively, you've showed a lot of balance. You've got the leading rusher in the league right now in Joe Meyer, the leading receiver in the league in Sam Bartlett. Are you looking to continue that balance going into this week, or is there any part of the rushing game or the passing game that you might look to exploit more this week?
No, we want to stay balanced. I think in this league you got to be able to run the football to win football games here, and I think us being able to run the ball with Joe Meyer and Noah Bruckner gives us an opportunity to exploit teams in the pass game with Sam Bartlett and our big receivers.
5 teams left that are undefeated right now, only 3 that are 2-0. Let's get to that 3-0 mark this weekend.
Let's go, Roll Storm.
All right, 1 o'clock kickoff in Lincoln. If you can't make it to the game, you can listen online, knakRLS.com, or on your radio dial 94.3 on the FM, where Andrew Swadner and Rick Wilson will have the call.